hell are you talking about, Craig? We're here to talk about the difference between confidence and ego, man. One thing, dude, here in the studio, you really need to make out with that. You need to make out with it. When you talk to it, you need to make out with it.
Tongues.
That is for you, that microphone. It's just, no French
licking.
kissing.
No licking.
No French kissing. Ugh. Please no. So I'm going to start our clock here. In 10 minutes, we are going to solve the problem. What is the difference between confidence and ego?
Do you find yourself a confident person?
Sometimes, yes. And I used to have tricks for that. And I don't know if we're here to talk about. I mean, I'll drop a few of my tricks that I used to use
Life
to seem
hacks?
more confident, or to feel more confident. Not to seem more, because I think that's being fake, but to actually feel more confident in yourself. I have some tricks that I used to use quite a bit.
Curious.
But again, I used to be a badass who did karate and stuff. So
okay, I'm not gonna piss you off. Right.
Don't do it.
I won't lick the mic.
Don't do it. Yeah, right. So yeah, there are some of those tricks. I think it's plain and simple to say yes. There's definitely a difference between confidence and ego. But first, I'd like to open it up to some Craig wisdom.
There's Craig wisdom.
I'm throwing you right under the bus, but I want to hear some wisdom from Craig while I turn now, because already in our new little studio here, I hope you guys like it, by the way, I already feel like the door's open behind me or something's wrong. It's not. It's closed.
We're good. It's good.
I can feel all relaxed now. Okay. So before I give you a tip on what I used to do, and I think you'll hear it and you'll go, okay, duh, it's obvious.
Okay.
What do you think? What about the difference between confidence and ego?
What do I think of it? It's a big discussion. I have how many minutes? 8.5 minutes. Shit. All right. So this is like I said. My wisdom's not my wisdom. I just have meditated enough, I guess, and read enough Buddhist texts and commentary more than anything. So I think there's confidence. It's where you come from this place of wisdom. I'm not going to touch it. Where you know of understanding how things are, right? And it's almost like an openness to potentiality or potential. Is potentiality a word?
I think
potential,
so.
Yeah.
Look it up in the dictionary and comment below.
So it's where it comes from a place of openness and wisdom, right? And open-heartedness. So where you can still actually have like this confidence without it being about ego, where ego in Buddhism, they call it mana, right? It's kind of also conceit, they say. But it's this idea is that if you're comparing yourself to others, either I'm better, worse than, or the same as, right? And if it comes from that place, it's quite different from the place of confidence. It's like in Buddhism, this idea of there is no real solid self, right? And it's not like nihilistic where you don't exist. It's just the idea that what we take for ourselves is not really self. It's just a collection of thoughts and memories and opinions and everything. So ego is this idea that we have to protect that false sense. So like we create a fortress in order to defend a self that doesn't actually exist. Whoa.
That sounds badass.
Right. But confidence is the courage to realize you don't need a fortress, right? And there's nothing to defend, right? So I recently was reading in this book I'm going to drop the name of I think the book is called Mindful Glimpses. He's a really good mindfulness teacher. His name is Locke Kelly, right? And I remember I talked with my mom about this once when I was talking about this idea of this non-competitive way to participate. And I mean, it's not about not trying hard. It's not about not trying to succeed. It was, I remember she saying, yeah, but what about all the things people accomplish by being competitive? And there was a part of the book he was talking about one of his students, and she was an artist, and she thought, if I lose that edge, will I still want to be creative? Will I still be able to create? And she had doubt that she could be without that kind of driviness, right? From ego, right? And I think what she learned is that once she touched into this kind of open-hearted awareness, where she let go of these kind of ideas of identity and this non-self you have to defend, she was actually, what arose in her was like this great sense of spontaneity, where it didn't come from this kind of I have to be better than. So it didn't make her lazy, and it gave her more courage, but it
Mhm.
wasn't about being better. I don't know if like I said, I'm really paraphrasing here. I just remember something like that in this book I was reading a few days ago. So I don't know. What do you think of any of or all of what I've said here?
No, it makes complete sense. I find that too, that ego is then when you're not just comparing yourself to others, but if you really care too much about what others think, then it's coming from a place of ego.
Yeah.
If it's confidence, again, you're that cool cat who doesn't care what people think.
Yeah.
So you don't need that fortress to protect yourself because you're cool with yourself.
Well,
and when you're cool with yourself, you're cool with the world, and people see that.
Yeah, I think so.
People see that. That towards the end there, you sort of made this thing. I mentioned the point that it just gave her this freedom.
Yeah.
And I see that too. You know, if you're confident in yourself, you have this freedom. You know, you can just you got this weight off your back, this monkey off your shoulder. That's just like, I don't know, like keeping you worried about what anyone else thinks.
Going to think, and you can actually seem really confident, but it maybe could be like you said, a big ego. You can fake people and make strong decisions, but inside you're not actually really feeling confident.
You can see the faker.
You think so? So what were some of your tips you were talking about?
Well, I mean, it's pretty basic stuff I used to do with the karate club. After it, I mean, I'd walk down the street, and if I felt even the slightest bit of uncomfortableness, or I would instantly think to myself, dude, you're a fucking samurai, man. Chill the fuck out. You're a samurai. But no, it was breathing. It always came down to calm breathing. And this is a trick that like soldiers, security guards, and everyone, they all do it. Like to keep calm in stressful situations or times like that. There's certain breathing techniques. Like one of them, there's just one, there are many, is this it's a rhythm of 4. So like you slowly breathe in over a count of 4.
Okay.
You hold it for a count of 4. You slowly breathe out over a count of 4. You hold that for a count of 4. And it's just this over 4 and 4. And all it is just slowing your breathing, slowing your heart rate.
All these
standard thing.
But with the yogic breathing exercises that you do in yoga, for sure they do that. Yeah. Pranayama and all these things. But martial arts, I mean, it's
at the end, you're one confident yoga motherfucker, aren't you?
That's right.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, but in the end, it comes down to being present then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It really
always comes down to that, doesn't it?
It does. We're going to just have to change our topic. It's just always about being present.
That's right.
What are we talking about today, Craig?
Eckhart Tolle. You know who
you meant to say being present.
Going to come and start and sue us.
Who the hell?
Eckhart
who?
He's the guy who wrote The Power of Now.
The Power of
he's
Now.
He's a spiritual teacher who's pretty funny, actually. He's really far cleverer than we knobs here. But anyway, he's look, I'm comparing.
Don't do that.
You see? Comparing.
Yeah.
Actually, to speaking of which, with comparison and all that, but even like when you think, am I being confident or is it about ego, right? You can actually kind of test yourself sometimes when you're doing something, or like what a little bit like we talked about, I think, in our last video also, when you're doing something, right? When I'm doing that, like, am I actually caring about what other people are thinking? Am I trying to seem a certain way to others? I mean, you can actually try to identify while you're doing something. If like, wait, like in my head, am I actually thinking I want people to see what I'm doing here so I can look cool? Or I mean, you can actually, your ego is sneaky and it tries to, trick you into thinking that it's, but I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
you think I'm just a cool cat, but then in your mind you are going, they're going to think that's cool. Yeah, or they're going to think I'm a cool guy.
There's still some kind of little comparison mechanism going on there. It's go ahead.
Are you doing this? Or am I doing that?
Yeah. Because
I want people to think I'm cool. Or am I checking out Craig's awesome beard that he's growing? Are you growing that for me? Or are you and the audience?
Yeah, but wait.
Or are you growing that for
there
you?
There was something I was going to say. I was getting lost.
Was that awkward?
No, that wasn't. I was serious. Great. Wait, I keep on forgetting what I was going to try to say before. Oh, shit. Wait. But right now, I was thinking of it, and I kind of changed direction a little bit because I was trying to remember what I wanted to say. It's going to come to me as soon as we shut off the cameras.
As soon as we do. But that's why Craig, when he remembers it, because we have 25 seconds.
Oh, no.
This episode has been super helpful. Say quick.
Quick. Okay. No, I just, talking about defending this false sense of self. I read a quote by Pema Chodron. She's a Buddhist nun. Okay.
Yeah.
She said, and I am paraphrasing. This is not a quote. She's, this idea that she said, bad news is we are all falling from high up through the air without a parachute. The good news is there's no ground.
Yes.
Right? How do you like
That's
that?
a perfect way to finish it. There is no ground. There is no spoon.
That's right.
Craig, our second episode in the studio. 10 minutes done.
10
we
minutes
did it.
done.
We solved the problem.
We solved the problem. Boom!